Terry.
Just go on and say it.
I told you he was good.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe everywhere you can. Dan, it was a glorious weekend of footy.
Great weekend of football. 5 days. 5 days of rugby league.
I miss Monday night footy.
Yeah, me too. Bring it back.
I miss Monday night footy. Get rid of Thursday night footy. Who needs Thursday night footy? We need Thursday night
keep
footy.
it too. Don't be silly.
We need Thursday night footy. We don't need 3-day turnarounds though. What we do need though, Dan, is some common sense applied to rugby league rules.
Well, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we do.
We do. We absolutely need some common sense applied to these rules. Because I just don't understand anymore.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah.
What you consider common sense, someone watching may think, no, that's not common sense at all. That's what we're seeing with the referees at the moment. On Thursday night, I believe it was, we saw the worst no-try decision of all time.
Yeah.
In terms of common sense, letter to the law, exactly right. And you got all the commentators, including, well, us, saying that there was no way Edwards is going to stop Manu. He's 30 metres away. He's run into Warrior-Hargraves. He's flopped. He's been rewarded. Okay, but that's what the rule says. You can't get annoyed at what the rule says. Referee got it right. Yeah,
and so this is the thing that really annoys me about it, though, is they say that the decoy runner has to get through the line. Now, Warrior-Hargraves got through the line, unfortunately made contact with the fullback. You've got to get through the line. You can't touch anyone.
There was no onus there for Edwards to step 1 metre and go round him.
Yeah, no.
Which he could have done, of course. That's what we're arguing. But he doesn't have to, according to the law.
Yeah.
But, Terry, again, what I was saying before, if you have two different referees making that same decision, they get two decisions. One will say, no, he was getting there. And the other one's like, well, of course he's not getting there. Going back to what you said, 4 years ago, we need one person in the bunker overlooking these games. It's the only way to fix it.
It is the only way to fix it. Have a centralised bunker that watches, to watch the games. The other one as well, in the same game, the Panthers score a try. Sunil Taruva scores a try off an obstruction.
Yeah,
and the bunker cleared it.
This is so frustrating.
Yeah.
So when I watch games that aren't Cronulla games, I try and just stir both sets of fans up. And I try and go, yeah, I know, shock horror, right? And I try to defend referees. And that first one happened, I was like, oh my God. And then the second one, you're like, oh, well, they're going to take that off. There's your square up. Everyone can shush, and he didn't give it. And I was like, please, give me something. I can only imagine how bad fans felt.
Yeah. And then it's, you take it to the Cronulla game, which has, brought a little bit of contexture out of the Raiders fans who are saying, well, Kayal rolled the ball down his arm to score a try. So did Danny Levi.
Yeah, like half an hour earlier.
The rules on the grounding were changed last year that it doesn't have to be your hand, and if it rolls down your arm and you ground it, that's okay. So that's how they interpreted both of them.
Both were correct, letter to the law.
Yeah. Now, I blew up about the Levi try, and when I saw a replay of the Euro try, I was like, they've got to take that off of us. They didn't take either away.
One or both or none have to stand. But again, you look at that, neither of those are tries.
No.
But letter to the law, the refs got them right. And people are blowing up. And if I'm in the referee's box, I'm like, what do I do? Do I make the obvious decision that everyone in the world can see, or do I follow these ridiculous rules I'm set? They have to ref to these ridiculous rules. I get the frustration, I feel it, but they got them right.
And you're right on that there. It's one person's common sense is not the other person's common sense. To fix the bunker, you have one person. His job, you're employed for 27 weeks of the year. You just watch those games in centralised position. So you have to be available from 3:30 till 9:30 on a Saturday. Even if you get sick, you've just got to crawl in, watch the games,
work from home,
deliver the rules.
Well, it doesn't matter as long as it's one per weekend. They can have a different bloke every week for all I care.
You could, but then your interpretation of common sense in week one could be different to mine in week two. And I've got way more common sense than you.
That is ridiculous, and I won't stand for it. But you're right. It has to be one person. And I hear people saying, well, who wants to watch every game rugby league every week?
Now, fullbacks. God, we've got some good fullbacks.
We got some great fullbacks.
I've just got to say it right now. Dylan Edwards is the best fullback in the competition. It's not close.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he's really, really good.
Pretty good.
He's really good. Reece Walsh. would probably be the next. Yeah, and then I think it's the step down. I know Ponga was the Dalian medalist.
There's about 12 really good
There's 12 really, really good fullbacks. But there were some stinkers.
Yeah, this weekend we saw the very high of the high and the lowest of the low. Tuivasa-Sheck and Ponga were the best two players on the park. In the other game, you had Turbo start like 10 out of 10 and then go negative 10 for a 0 overall. You saw Gutherson miss a kick with the game on the line.
I thought Gutho was really good, though.
He was very good.
He was
probably the one in the middle. You had Will Kennedy, who had an absolute stinker for the first half, then set up a try.
Yeah.
It's just, when your fullback's playing well, I mean, this is going to sound bloody obvious, but you much better chance of winning a football game.
I know, and then, you know, Scott Drinkwater scores an incredible try, was horrid. Tristan Saylor came, and the Broncos didn't miss a beat.
No, he was really good.
The Broncos had every right to stand firm on him not getting his release until next year.
Well, yeah, it's
fantastic.
Came out well because you got to have one or two good fullbacks on there. But I just look and you see even Gutho had a very good game. You had Ponga, who I thought was 9 out of 10, and Tuivasa-Sheck was 9.5 out of 10. And you look and you think, okay, they got Charles Nickel-Coxey to come in, who's probably a better fullback in his current form. And, okay, Turbo's never played that badly, probably never play that badly again. Tyrell Sloan was exceptional. He's having a great season. I think we got the best fullbacks I've ever seen, but about half of them had absolute doinks this weekend. It was disgusting.
Weird.
Strange.
It was just real weird. Now, Zach Lomax.
Well, I'm looking forward to this one.
I've got to laugh because I went back and I listened to the pre-season podcast where he was on and he said everyone's buying into Shane Flanagan, and he said if you think you're a back rower and Shane Flanagan tells you you're a front rower, you're a front rower. Right now, Zach Lomax has turned around and said, except me, because I am not a winger.
I'm different.
I'm playing in the centres. What are your thoughts on him? Because bear in mind, Flano came out and said that I showed him stats that said he was like the 30th best centre in the competition. And now Flano's saying, well, if I'm going to swap him, I want your third best player.
He's absolutely snoozing himself. Young Flano. I think Lomax is a very good player. Yeah. I was very much on board with he was going to have an exceptional bounce back year under Flanagan. We're seeing that on the wing. Bloke wants to play centre because obviously he wants to get paid as a centre. I get it. But I think he's playing his best football in probably 2 years. If I'm Lomax, I'm looking and going, you know what, I might just stay here for a while and wait till Berg gets injured because it's going to happen. I love the bloke, but he's very injury prone. And then get in the centre and then get your spot back. Him coming out saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do that. Okay, well and good, but going back to what you said about Flanagan. You're the 22nd best centre, but I'll only swap you for like future immortals. Every other club's going to look at that and go, no.
Yeah, the other thing about Lomax, you've really got to have a look at it. I know centres are seen as like the more sexier position, but who are the top try scorers in the competition?
Always wingers. They're always the meter eaters.
It's always your wingers. You get more ball.
You do. Well, every set.
You get way more, and you make less tackles.
He's living the life. I don't get it.
I reckon good wingers are more important than good centres.
Absolutely. They are everything because they start. Brian Tolo makes such a difference to that Penrith team. Yeah. We're starting to see it at Cronulla too. The
with
wingers,
Ronaldo.
It's such an important position. But Lomax has got it there. I can't see too many sides in premiership contention going, you know what, we need him. Parramatta definitely do.
Parramatta do.
They are not a premiership contender at the moment.
No.
Maybe if they have Lomax, maybe they are. But they're going to go and they're going to say, we want him. And the Dragons are going to say, okay, we want one of your top 3 players. Parramatta are going to say, go away, as they should. And then St George are going to say, well, we're not going to contribute a single cent. And Parramatta are going to go, but Mum, this is a ridiculous situation. If Lomax wants out, someone's going to have to pay full freight, which is ridiculous on the money he is, and offer up a player swap. Who in the competition, other than the Bulldogs, is going to do that?
I can see the Bulldogs doing it. I can see Flanagan going to the Bulldogs and saying, give me Bronson Xerri.
That's who I was going to reckon.
And someone else, and you cop the majority of the money.
What's frightening? I heard Melbourne are willing to entertain ideas.
Yeah, with Nelson.
For Solomona. Now, I don't know if he'd want to go to the Dragons. That's another argument for another day. But can you imagine him down there under Craig Bellamy?
Yeah, but you know what the thing is? He was linked with the new Asafa Solomona. I read this as well. Asafa Solomona was linked with the New South Wales Waratahs.
Yep.
A couple of years ago. it would be really easy for him to go, you know what, I'll just take the player spot for this year and then leave.
Yeah, and see you later.
Just go and sign with Rugby. What are the Dragons going to do about it? If he goes and signs with Rugby and says, I'm not coming back, what are you going to do about it?
But the funny thing is, Lomax will probably go down and end up on the wing for bloody Storm. And he'll go, you know, it's okay.
It's not bad playing on the wing at the Storm.
So I think watch your space. I think something's going to happen.
I think you'll end up at Parramatta, but don't be surprised. Bulldogs is
I've already heard they said, well, we want Blaze to Alungi, as they should.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want Dylan Brown after yesterday's performance, but yep, watch your space. Something's going to happen soon.
Now, it's reared its ugly head back in round 4. The hip drops. Hip drop-a-loser.
No,
we had a lot of them on the weekend, right? We had an absolute lot of them. And then we had one that the Bulldogs fans thought was a hip drop, despite not being a hip drop.
Wasn't? Let's get that out of the way.
Absolutely wasn't a hip drop. But there were some gross ones.
There were some shockers.
Max Plath was really bad.
Yeah,
Young Galvin as well. Like, that was so unlucky because he was just trying to pull the player back and then he lands on his legs.
So when Plath did his hip drop, everyone was like, this guy's got to rub it out. He's got to get 26 weeks. Then Galvin did it and they're like, no, isn't he cute?
Yeah. Let's buy him a present.
Come on.
Yeah.
It was, but whatever. I get that. That's pretty funny stuff. I'm on record, and I'm going to write as much as probably drop by the time this releases on Zero Tackle saying the hip drop should be sent off. I hate the hip drop tackle.
Yeah, I hate
It'll take one to break someone's leg and
we've
ruin
already
their
had
career.
broken legs.
Yeah, but it's got to affect their career long term. It won't be something that happens over.
Well, it's done to Jackson
weekend.
Hastings. It's made him from bad to worse.
Well, yeah, good shout. I was wondering where you're going with that. But if an up-and-coming player gets hurt and can never get back to first grade because of a hip drop, I think you start seeing send-offs. If they had sent Plath off, no arguments from me.
I think there's got to be a degree. It's like the high shot.
It's got to be a bad one.
It's like the high shot. If you just get a little clip around your chin, well, you're not going to get sent off.
Oh yeah, I don't want a
right?
blanket rule.
But yeah, if you get a stiff arm, then it's you're
completely
you're
different. Close
absolutely
line from hell.
Yeah, there's a couple of hip drops where you've looked at it and gone, I could just cop that if that was a penalty. And then there was the one that happened to Braden Hamlin-Ueli last year where you're like, if Jeremiah Nano had been sent off,
yeah,
cool. If Plath had been sent off, I would have understood it. Yeah. I was even thinking because of the way that Kelma Tuolangi landed.
Yeah.
That if Galvin had been sent off.
Yeah, I have no problem with them sending off
were shockers.
The bad ones.
Yeah.
The hip drop is the worst thing. Now, the NFL have come out and they've banned hip drops.
Yep.
And everyone in America is blowing up. Like, you can't ban the hip drop. You go out there and get your legs snapped in half by a 240-pound defender. No.
Yeah.
There has to be a way to get around this. I know the game's different, but I don't care. I take offence to hip drops. I hate them. Mm-hmm. If they start sending players off, good.
Yeah, you're going to see it like the magic round, the high shot, everything was a bin or a send-off. I think you'll see that. I think you'll see a real crackdown on it because there was some real nasty ones.
Yeah.
And some players are going to be...
When there's a big injury again, when an ACL to like a big-name player, you watch him come.
Or, Nathan Cleary gets his leg broken from it.
Yeah. They will turn. I'm send them off.
Now, two teams on the weekend who wish that the weekend didn't happen. The North Queensland Cowboys and the Manly Warringah Seagulls.
Now,
the Cowboys, to be fair, playing up last year's runner-up.
Yeah, minus what?
Reece Walsh and Payne Haas.
Reynolds. $2.2 million.
Adam Reynolds kicked them off the park.
Yeah, he was good.
Kicked them off the park. That was like vintage Adam Reynolds.
Very, very good.
Manly, though, no excuse for dishing that up against the Dragons. Have they been exposed, do you think?
First of all, that was the worst game I've ever seen. That was disgusting. Yeah. Shame on both you teams. Yes, they have. That's 2 weeks in a row Manly have lost games they should have won.
Mm-hmm. That Manly St George game was quite the... look, if you suffer from insomnia, just chuck that on.
Oh, yeah, if I had poison, it's going in my eyes. It'd be less painful to watching that grot. Yeah. But,
it was fun watching the Cowboys get handled.
It was. That was an entertaining game too. Anytime the Cowboys lose is a good week. But, look, I wrote this. So, yes, I do believe the Cowboys will be exposed over the next few weeks. I think them sitting 3-0 has a lot to do with their dry. I know Cronulla copped it a fair bit. Mm-hmm. Cowboys have had a dream draw, and good on them. You can only beat who's in front of them, not having a go. I think they'll start seeing the losses pile up, and I think Manly just shows if Tom Trbojevic isn't at that 8.5 out of 10, they're hopeless because he was dire on the weekend.
Yeah, he was not good.
He was disgusting. Let's call a spade a spade. He was shite.
The only thing that is taking the gloss off of these two teams is the Titans lost again. Because if the Titans had a win on the weekend, you're probably looking at it from different angles.
Yeah, completely fair. Terry,
Talk to me, Dan.
time to talk some black, white, and blue. Thanks again, Meg. What a week. What a weekend.
What a game.
For a full review,
Yeah.
check fins up. We won't do a full review here because it doubles up a little bit. But can I nerdy I told some people?
Yeah, look, you can soon because we were talking off air, right? Like, that wasn't the best game. And after 10 minutes of the drop ball-a-thon, I was like, can we restart this game? Can we just... No one could hold the ball.
No,
And it was awful, right? It ended up being one of the most fun games that I've been to.
The atmosphere was incredible.
The atmosphere, like, for the first 25 minutes, it was like being at a funeral. And then for the last, 55 minutes, it was like being at the grand final all over again. But it was just fun, like 18-0 down, the emotions that you have, you're sitting there thinking, are we going to cop 50 at home?
Is this it?
Is this, like, are we just crap, right? And then Jack Williams comes on, and he turns the game around, as he always does. He's phenomenal.
He's real good.
And I'll nerdy on that because I love me some Jack Williams.
Save that thought because I've got a question for you in a few minutes' time. But going back to...
The nerdy.
Kayal was
really good.
Exceptional.
Really good.
Matt Timo is a top 5 centre in the game on a bad day.
No, but yes.
Well, name 5 better. You're talking the premier of premier centres. International centre, took Talakai apart twice last year. In Canberra, he bathed him, and up here he's all over until Chris got sent off and completely ruined it. When they named Iro, I was like, yes, and I thought, oh no, this is not the game you want to
This is not, yeah.
He made Matt Timo matter so little to the point Ricky Stewart called out someone who said Timo was solid, and he goes, no, he wasn't. Don't say such ridiculousness. In fact, he couldn't find Timo post game because he was in Kayal's pocket for 80 goddamn minutes. Not one missed tackle. That's all I heard. Boat can't tackle. No missed tackles. He had one drop ball. Every single Shark dropped the ball numerous times.
And the thing is as well, this is like, there's something going on with our spine play because 9 times out of 10 last year, that ball goes out the back to Will Kennedy. And if you watch the replay, if Hines throws that ball to Kennedy, Kennedy's untouched.
Iro was there. He caught the ball.
And I think Iro knew that he was the decoy in that situation.
He caught the ball, he got tagged, lost it. No excuses and stuff. But he set up a ripper of a try for Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Made Timo look silly. Went round him, got Schiller in.
So quick.
And puts him in. And there was a time where they had a 2-on-2. And anytime that happens, Cronulla, you're going to concede a try. And Iro slid and he took Timo down like easy. And it just, the foot speed, we knew it would be the difference, and it was. Now, there's going to be moments where a bloke playing his second game is going to get burnt because he's in his second game. 100% get it, and I was a little bit worried that would happen the other night. He was so good. Then that try scored, that line, mate, I wish lines were that pure. It was an absolute ripper.
You don't even get a pure line like that out of Colombia.
No, it was perfection.
It was absolutely
They set up 4 or 5 times and Ronaldo was on the inside of Iro and then they swept and it was perfect. He made, 150 metres. He had a couple of tackle breaks, try assists and a try. We didn't miss anything. A line break. We didn't miss anything coming out of our own end. He put his hand up. He hit that line so hard all night. And defensively, not once did I feel worried. The only try they scored down there was when Ronaldo came in and you see Iro go, because he had Timo. He had him dead to rights.
With the good comes the bad, and I'm not saying that Talakai was bad, but he literally just turned into Brit Nakora.
You barely noticed.
We don't give the right edge any ball until we're 20 metres out from the line, and this was what I was hoping the other night that would happen was that when they kicked down, that Talakai would still be there for the second or third hit up. Yeah. You can tell it's a game plan now.
Yep.
That we're sitting there saying to the forwards, well, you've got to tackle, and you're not running that line until we're 20 metres out from the line, the same as you, Teague, because both our back rowers had 7 and 8 runs respectively. Yeah. And I just, like, Talakai is too good to be playing 60 minutes and having 7 runs. Yeah. That's a run every, 9 minutes of the game?
It's not good enough. We said last week that you were worried that we would lose those metres. And I said, well, Iro's going to make them. Plus, we're going to get him from Talakai. And you were right, and you said that, no, he just took Nicker's 47 metres. If you can get both of them making over 120 metres per game, you are going to win more games than not.
I am going to give you the solution to this on Tuesday night on Fins Up.
Oh, that's good. Now, I hope I don't ruin it now, because we saw some tremendous forward play and some very ordinary forward play. And I thought a player that I was a little bit worried about in Dan Atkinson had a very good stint when he came on.
He is a pest.
He is a pest. He's that little bloke that just pops up out of nowhere, gives you the jab, and runs off behind the bigger blokes.
So
I loved it.
He made a couple of tackles, right, and you could tell that he was going at players' shoelaces because he was right. It was right in front of us, right. It was going, and when he scored his try, and Jordan, it wasn't a try. Jordan Rapana gets up and he runs past, and you can tell him to stop being a sook.
Yeah.
Right, and so. He was just like pushing people and they were trying to get up and he's giving their jersey. He's just... I loved it.
Yeah, I loved it.
I didn't want him in the team and now I'm like, you got to find a spot for Dan Atkinson to just come on and annoy someone.
I've never seen a bloke celebrate a clear no try in more fun. He took his moment. He swan dove. Yeah. He got up. He did a backflip. He yahed and this and that. It was clear as day. It was never going to stand. But what I was saying before is when we're full fitness, Jack Williams is your first forward picked on the bench. He is the best bench forward in the game right now.
In the competition, yeah.
Now, you're going to have Toby and you're going to have Hamlin Newelly probably start. I think Royce Hunt's days are
I'm going to give you the solution on
Tuesday night. Okay, well, we'll leave it for now because Big Tooks, who is become...
Huge Tooks.
I'm just calling him huge now. He's earned that. He was monstrous the other night. Tommy Hazelton played way more minutes than we ever thought possible and was genius. And then Atkinson played his, 10 to 12 minutes and gave him all the rest.
All I've got to say about Tom is that he made it personal with him and Joe Tarpany in the first stint.
Yep.
And Tarpany won that battle 10-6.
Yeah.
Like knocked him completely out, right?
You're gonna get that.
When Tarpany came back on and Hazelton came back on, Tom returned serve.
Yep, yeah.
Really, really did return serve. Tom's second stint was a thing of beauty.
I said in the group a couple of days ago, by the time it drops, I said that we kept Tarpany, who's a top 5 forward, quiet. And everyone goes, he's not that good. Do not let the other night... Watch the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Tarpany was making mincemeat of our forwards, and I thought, this bloke's going to score 4 tries tonight. Yeah. He was killing us up there.
He was killing
Lucky
us.
Corey Horsburgh had the worst game anyone's ever had.
Thank
we
God.
might have been in trouble. But yeah, make sure for Finns, we're gonna do the bench. Took that off me, but... day before, Saturday afternoon, the Newtown Jets, hugely undermanned Newtown Jets, went in as massive underdogs against Canberra, who are flying. I was going to say escape with a draw, but probably deserved the win.
Should have had the win.
They were electric.
The Canberra player grounded the ball 5 metres dead.
Anyone who follows me on Twitter, and anyone who doesn't should, there was a try given, Canberra, and the referee was you to me away, and the bloke dived, the ball bounced on the line, he's punched the ball down on the line, half the ball's on that side of the line, the ref's gone, yeah, try. I know for a fact the touch judges said that's not a try. You got to see it. Now, Newtown were exceptional. I think there's a new agenda building, and it's your agenda, and that's Chris Viola.
Chris Viola is insane.
He's so good. Sam Stone Street was very good. Sam Healy had a bit of a quiet game, but was also very good. Your boy, though, Viola, oh my God. And Cade Dykes at 6 was exceptional.
Yeah, scored a nice try supporting up the middle. Now, because we had the majority of the Newtown players in first grade, we had the majority of the flag players for Newtown. Our Jersey Flag boys unfortunately got touched up by the Raiders, who are up near the top of the competition
they
as well.
got shellacked, but the best player in Jersey Flag is Liam Mason, and he was probably 3rd or 4th best on ground for Newtown. So you get one or the other. You can't have them all flying. There's just too much push
I feel
on.
that Liam Eason is almost too good for Jersey Flag because he's gonna play New South Wales Cup for another 3 or 4 weeks.
He's way too.
And then he's going to go back to Flag and he's going to tear that
Well, you saw
apart.
Sam Stone Street. He destroyed New South Wales Cup, scored 13 and 16, went back and couldn't get his feet in with Flag. It was a different game plan, It just leave him there. Dykes at 6 and Atkinson can do whatever. And if Puru wants to find a trade, that's absolutely fine by me. There is a lot of talent coming through. It's very, very exciting. Both teams had the bye this weekend, I believe, so we get to sit back and enjoy a nice 2 points across. And, Kayal is pretty good at football.
Dan,
Talk to me, Terry.
it's time for some top sport tips.
My favourite time of the week.
Now, you got a little bit of a gap here. Some leeway. Your 6 correct tips last week, including your money ball.
You're guilty.
I tipped 4 and lost the money ball. So I have to donate an extra $6 to the charity. You only have to give $2. I'm up to $18. You're at $14. You have a 22 points to 19 lead in the overall tally.
Yeah, beauty.
Absolutely flying.
Now, Tristan from Top Sport has said that he will match whatever we combine.
$32 we're at the moment.
So thank you again. We really appreciate it. And sorry, kids, no money from me this week. So I'm going perfect.
Now, there's no Sharks game this week.
Good.
We have to pick a Moneyball game ourselves. First in, best dressed.
Oh, okay.
On the games. Can't pick the same game.
So I'm going to go Wooshka.
This is the rules here.
Yep. Who's tip? I get tip first this week.
No, well, you got the most.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you tip first.
Thank you.
I'll let you tip first. Let's start. Thursday night, we have the Melbourne Storm against the Brisbane Broncos
Storm.
down at Amy Park.
This will be fun.
Cam Munster will be back.
Will he?
Well, they said he's going to be named. They said Jerome Hughes will play.
Mate, I might be named. Doesn't mean I'm playing.
That's true. You're not a professional, though. Oh, well,
It's arguable.
I mean, Cam Munster may not be
I'm
very
just going to
professional
turn
either.
this back on track. I'm looking forward to this game. This is going to be a ripper.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm kind of sad Reece Walsh isn't playing.
Yeah, me too. It
No
would have been
Payne
better.
Haas either.
Oh, that's why I'm tipping the Storm. Those two players are just the difference between it. Adam Reynolds versus Jerome Hughes is beautiful.
The way that Brisbane played on the weekend says to me they can go down and get a result.
But
No, I'm picking Brisbane.
no, good one. I'm picking the Storm. Now, they never lose round one. They've just had a bye. It's round one again. They win.
Very good. I like that.
You're gonna circle me, so I want it on.
You're the underline. I'm the circle.
Oh, okay.
Very good. 6 o'clock on Friday afternoon, we have the Canterbury Bulldogs taking the Sydney Roosters. This is going to be a horrible game
This
to
is
watch.
like the most Moneyball game.
This is
But I'm not going to tip it because that would be cowardly. I'm going to go against the grain here and tip the Roosters.
Same.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick the Roosters.
I can't even talk this game up. The Dogs
They're
played
okay.
okay the other night, but South lost to the Roosters by 1 million. So by rugby league math, they should lose by 1 million.
This is really good rugby league math, though, because the Raiders beat the Tigers, the Tigers beat the Sharks beat the Raiders. So rugby league math doesn't really equate to anything.
Yeah, completely fair.
However,
still
I'm
tipping the
with you.
Roosters.
I'm tipping the Roosters on this one as
Roosters
well.
for sure. Now, this next game, I know what's coming. This is the most un-Friday night game of all time. Shame on you!
How this got to Friday night, I have no idea. It'll probably be a good game because we've said this now. But the Newcastle Knights are hosting the St George Illawarra Dragons up in Newcastle.
Newcastle, yeah.
So a big crowd will be there.
It'll look good. The optics will be good with the game.
The Knights played really well over in New Zealand. Hostile crowd went over there. You know, they got absolutely towed up in the finals last year. So to halve that score, they did quite well. Callum Ponga looked like he was in a mood, ready to explode again.
He and Roger.
I don't like the Cogger Gamble halves pairing for the Knights. No, there's no kicking game involved in it. There's not a lot of creativity. You've got to get Hastings back in. I'm telling you, the answer to this is Tyson Gamble in the 14 or the 13 jersey.
Yeah, I like that.
I am going to pick the Knights because I just think they're a lot better than the
tip
Dragons.
first because no one's taken the Dragons in this game. The Knights will bounce back. They're entering a really favourable fixture. I think you'll start seeing them move up. If not, though, I think you know what Newcastle are going to be. I think they win and win comfortable.
3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. A bit of a fun game. The Rabbits got their season off to,
Well, start. They won.
It's a start.
I don't know if it was a great
You
win.
always start somewhere. And the Warriors, very good. Very good at home. Rabbitohs, Warriors. Can the Rabbitohs keep it up? The Warriors, you're saying Sean's maybe back?
Sean's maybe back. He's 50-50. Either way, I think two of us check was the best player in the park. Fullback.
Paul Metcalf with a broken leg, but they've got Chanel Harris-Tavita or Tamari Martin.
Martin's been playing very
Tamari
well.
Martin will be playing, just whether he starts or off the bench.
They'll be right.
Yeah, I'm picking the Warriors.
Yeah, I'm picking the Warriors. I don't see anything in South that makes me think,
Yeah, nothing there at the moment. Brilliant.
no Moneyball games, but I think that's about to change.
Not from me.
No, fair enough.
5:30, Manly are playing Penrith at Brookvale.
4 points, yeah.
4 Points Stadium at Brookvale.
This could be fun, or it could be the most one-sided match of the weekend. All depends on which Manly turn up.
Yeah, I'm foreseeing a Penrith win here. pretty comfortably.
How risky of you. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. And everything says that one of us should just get in first for the money ball. Is it going to be you, Dan? Is it going to be me?
No, I'm picking a game that's like a couple of games from now.
Look, should we money ball it?
I'm not going to.
You're not
Penrith.
going?
Penrith, straight.
I'll money ball it.
Penrith,
I'm
money ball.
going money ball Penrith.
You'll be able to.
There we
like
go. I'll money ball. Because I know what game you're going to money ball. That's the one I had my eyes on as well.
Fair enough.
Now, this is going to be a cracking game. The competition leaders.
Yeah, wow.
The Dolphins. I love it.
Never thought I'd hear those words.
I love the Dolphins. I've been a big fan of them since they came in. Up against the West Tigers.
Now, if you'd said that 3 weeks ago, I would have taken you out the back and said you're fired.
Okay.
But you could not be more correct. This is going to be awesome.
This is going to be.
Is this a KO or no? This is at the big one, Suncorp.
This is at Suncorp.
That sucks. I wish this was at KO. They would have sold that out.
I wish it was at KO as well, because I think that would have given the Dolphins a bit more of an advantage in this game. They're playing with like such confidence. Isaiah Katoa just re-signed as well. That's massive for the Dolphins.
Sarko, Thomas Flegler, what a sign.
I know, and then I text you during the game and I was like, man, like I drafted Herbie Farmworth in our draft. I was like, he has been so underwhelming, and the minute I pressed send, he scored a try. I was like, perfect, because I got the line break assist, try assist.
If you wouldn't mind. That was real fun. I'm looking forward to this. The Tigers are, for the first time,
they're fun.
One more than they've lost since like 2000, which is, or 2020, I think.
2020, yeah.
Could be 2000, try and prove me wrong. It's ridiculous. They are not winning 3 games in a row, though, sorry.
Oh, just because of that, I'm going to go the Tigers.
I'll go the Finns. Oh, well, I wouldn't have thought would have won 3 games in a row either. This is going to be fun. And now we come to money balls.
You coward.
Yeah, sorry.
You absolute coward.
Sorry.
The North Queensland Cowboys taking on the Gold Coast Titans in another game in the 4X Cup.
Yep.
Now, we've seen the Broncos take the lead in the 4X Cup.
Come back.
Because of the way that they just absolutely shellacked the Cowboys.
Yep.
Shellack and whacked the Cowboys. It was.
How's that hat? Reece Walsh.
Oh, it was brilliant. Now, you're taking the Titans for the money ball.
Money ball, absolutely not. The Cowboys, as much as I don't particularly like this team, will run right. I like what I saw from David Fafita. That was about it.
Yep.
I think the Cowboys put 40 on him here. This is going to get frightening.
If Des Hasler persists with Tanner Boyd for another week, he deserves to be fired.
Yes.
Now, he's 3 weeks into a 3-year deal, and he should be fired.
Now, off camera, it was suggested that he might be sacked by Origin, and you said he might be sacked by Wednesday. If Tanner Boyd's on the team sheet for Tuesday...
if Tanner Boyd is named at 4 o'clock, at 4:05, Des Hasler should be sacked.
Shimmy, shimmy, whoosh. Cowboys, money ball.
Cowboys with a money ball. I as well will take the Cowboys. I'm making it a personal mission to not tip the Titans once this year.
I'll tip them once.
Crap.
I'll tip them once
against Cronulla.
Yeah.
And we have the late game on Sunday afternoon.
Ripper.
The Raiders against the Eels. Now, the Raiders played arguably the best 25 minutes I've seen for a long time. The Eels tried hard, couldn't put the Tigers away. It looked like they were going to get across the line, some Galvin magic, gets them back into it. Aiden Caesar, dreadful in the Super League. Looks like the NRL was his level.
Yeah, look.
Can't go play reserve grade.
He fell down to their level. This should be fun.
This should be
a big crowd in Canberra too.
This will be a big game in Canberra.
The weather's supposed to be disgusting.
Yeah, lots of rain this weekend. So
I just meant Canberra in general.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. I am going to give home ground advantage to the Raiders here.
Oh, are you? Being at their home ground.
Yeah.
Such brilliant insight.
Yeah. There's a lot of Parramatta fans down in Canberra.
Yeah, look, true.
Probably not. I just made that up.
Who knows? Who cares?
50% of statistics are made up. Yeah.
Anyways, have we tipped any different? One or...
We have. I've gone for the Tigers and I've gone for the Broncos.
Okay, well, that's enough. Raiders, I can't tip Parramatta in good conscience.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rugby League Outlaws, brought to you by our good friends at Top Sport. Don't forget to like and subscribe where you can. If you're watching this on YouTube, please click the like button, it helps.
Just hit subscribe, it takes 3 seconds.
And it helps with the algorithm as well. When people are watching Rugby League on YouTube, we'll pop up there. Don't forget to jump onto Zero Tackle as well, because you will see a lot of our faces on there.
There's
some good stories coming out.
some great stories, and there's a big Fins upcoming too Tuesday night.
Huge Fins up.
There'll be some more. There'll be some more nerdy nerds from yours truly, and we're going to answer some big questions, and we might even have a top 17 of some sort. Who knows? But until then, mate, we got the bye this week. Party time.
It is, yeah. Imagine not having 2 points by Wednesday.
Ha ha.